Hi guys, Iron Cameraman is here. We've all seen episode 71, and many of you have probably already seen the additional scenes of season 23. However, since it's been 9 days since the new 72 episode, I thought I'd share with you all the rumors about it and my thoughts on what we're going to see. There is a screenshot from Dafuq Boom on the internet, and you will soon find out if it's a fake or a real message, and I'm going to analyze it by the end of the video. And of course, I will answer the most important question: when will the episode be released? Other than that, you'll find out a lot of secret information that I was able to get with the details from the extra scene with the red cameraman and more. So be sure to like and watch until the end. And don't forget that more than 90% of my viewers watch me unsubscribed. And I would love for each of you to click the subscribe button, because my dream is to reach 100,000 subscribers and get a silver button. Anyways, here we go. We'll start with a very interesting clue that will help us anticipate the plot of a future episode. Namely, I'm talking about the moment when the secret agent teleported the red cameraman closer to the warehouse where he died. At first glance, nothing unusual, because we've seen teleportation in various manifestations in the series before. However, I found one very interesting inconsistency here. Remember the beginning of episode 70 part 3 when we also saw agents breaking in the door. The plunger looked directly at this door and sounds were heard. But when part 2 of episode 70 came out, that detail wasn't there at the end, and the plunger just went straight to the left. Given that Dafuq Boom added that detail later, tells us that it was done intentionally for a purpose. And now, let me remind you that in the extra scene, when the red cameraman teleported away, we see the same thing, and there are still agents knocking on the door, and only now is the door opening. And I will remind you that chronologically, this moment occurs after the scientist has already died and the plunger was in a pre-death state. So at least 4 minutes have passed since that time. Don't you think it's odd that an entire special ops team took so long to open that poor door? Purely logically, if they took that long to open every door, they purely time-wise couldn't have gotten to the heart of the lab, which is filled with these doors, just everywhere. And even if you pay attention to this moment from full episode 69, where the special ops team went inside from the main entrance, or this moment from part 3 of episode 70, when the big TV squad opened the doors, everywhere we saw that opening the doors is not that difficult, and they open quickly. Even considering that they didn't have a strong agent in the squad, they could have used grenades safely, because we see here they have toilet papers on their belt, which, as we remember from part 1 of episode 70, are explosive. So all these factors point to the fact that there was no ordinary teleportation here, but even a time jump. The secret agent brought the red cameraman back 3 minutes, at a time when the plunger and black speaker were already in the room with the scientist, and the task force had already opened the doors. And as we know, around that time frame, the plunger closed the doors, and that skibidi toilet stayed outside the door. Perhaps while he was trying to enter the room to the scientist, and there was this moment of return of the red cameraman. After that, the squad had already spotted that skibidi toilet and fought him along with the squad of big TV men, who by that point had probably already joined in to help as well. That this was a jump back in time is further indicated by the fact that there is no debris here. Everything is still as it was. There are no signs of lasers or other damage on the walls, floor, or ceiling. I'd also like to point out this one hit by the big scientist, which broke a huge iron door with a laser, and I'm sure could have melted the door quietly as well. But then again, at least some of the above must have left some kind of trace. That might explain how the secret agent managed to repair the body of the red cameraman. Most likely, it's about the same technology as the Clockman from the Dom Studio multiverse, where the body is returned to its old state using a time jump to a specific object. Another detail is, of course, the fact that the secret agent himself can be spotted in flames here. In a previous analysis, I suggested that this might just be his projection near the cameraman's screen, which is why we see here that there are 2 of them. But given this new ability, this could be the real version of him, which is chronologically at the right moment, and the hologram is already his artificial version. By the way, I already told you about the fact that the secret agent is not really a human being in this video, so it is highly recommended to watch it after this one to better understand my theories. This theory also indirectly confirms my other theory about the contents of this container from episode 71, where I speculated that there might be a future predicting device in there. But now that we all know that, let me tell you what could be in episode 72 and the future of the series in general. It seems to me that the plan of the red cameraman that Dafuq Boom mentioned to him is to whitewash the secret agent or to hide some secret, because he's the first one to see the books of TV men on the table and the secret agent poster. And even after that, if he decided to bring him back to life, then he's so chosen that he knows as much information as Boom himself. Given that, he has to explain himself to the Alliance and show that Dafuq Boom is a good guy, and he didn't hand over those books, or even if he did, tell them about some of his secrets that will show him at his best. Because the Alliance is already starting to have questions based on this footage from the hospital. The agents even have some detectives who are trying to figure out why it's losing communication constantly with some of the cameramen when they're recording. And I'm sure that's going to be a very interesting plot development. And as for this screenshot that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I will say that this is a fake, which began to spread not very good YouTubers who try to show any fake and unverified information just to avoid making complex content where they will have to think about the scenario. So trust only verified official YouTubers who have already proven themselves as proven and honest YouTubers. Well, to make sure you don't miss my analysis of episode 72 as soon as it comes out, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell. And while we wait for them to come out, I suggest you watch my other videos. Bye.